Hey, it's Pete C for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out Piano Toy by Audio Brewers. Audio Brewers are continuing their boutique range of instruments with a small but mighty piano toy. This beautifully sampled toy piano boasts not only an amazing 6-octave range thanks to Audio Brewers' sample deconstruction technique, but layered articulations and sound design patches. All brought together in the powerful Audio Brewer engine, this often overlooked tiny instrument has now found a place in my template and a fondness in my heart. Yes, it's small, it's cute, and it sounds beautiful. Piano Toy downloads at 4.57 gigabytes and has 5 core articulations. These are keystrokes, sustains, felt, plucked, and muted. There are 10 sound design articulations and multiple round robins and velocities. There are 6 octaves of impeccable sound thanks to the sample deconstruction technique. There are multiple mix perspectives, which are inside, musician, and far, and it's recorded, mixed, and delivered in both ambisonics and stereo. Piano Toy requires full version of Contact, version 6.21 or above, and currently it's on sale for €14, with the original price being €29. I've loaded up the Piano Toy, and there's something about the Audio Brewers presentation which I absolutely love. So I'm going to reload it, and you get these really cute, gorgeous animations, and there's our little piano toy, and it sounds stunning. So just sort of plodding around there. But yeah, and the first thing is obviously toy pianos are really sort of narrow in terms of range, but using the Audio Brewers sample deconstruction, you have a 6-octave range. So I'm just going to use a mouse to play these, but we can go down to that low A and up to that really high C. And the sampling is always spot on, and not only do you get this clarity, but you get all the sort of mechanical noises and the sounds, and yeah, it just sounds, like I say, gorgeous. So yeah, the initial standard organic piano toy sounds great. And then you have your high pass, your low pass, and your verb decay, and obviously the reverb wetness. And you can adjust those to taste. So I'm just going to load up as it was originally. And I'll never get tired of seeing the animation. Now on the left-hand side, you have all the different articulations. So we have keys and sustain. So I'll just play the keys. And that's the mechanical sound I was talking about. You can probably hear my controller going there as well. Now if you had the sustain, and you can just quickly mix the balance of these. Now, there's felt as well. Let's just hear that on its own. And then you have muted. Let's turn the keys off. So very percussive. And finally, you have plucked. And then you can just add to these as you want them. So let's get a percussive sound in there too. So everything just sort of molds together beautifully. Okay, so that's articulations. And then you have, I'm just going to go to the mixer first. And there's 3 different perspectives, okay? And you can see it's loading up the different mics. Now, the inside is actually inside the instrument. The musician is what, if you're performing on the toy piano, what it would sound like. And the idea is it replicates what the toy piano would be if you had it right in front of you. So yeah, it's got a different sound. And if I just turn the articulations back down to sustaining keys, we can just quickly compare the two. Let's go back to inside. Whoops. And then back up to musician. So it seems to sort of ring out a bit more. If you combine the two. And now I'm starting to get some John Cage vibes. And then we've got far, which is a little bit more distant. Okay, so I'm a little bit far further away from my controller as I normally would be. So that was a velocity jump due to my playing. And remember, there are several velocity layers and different round robins, so it just sounds really natural and organic. Now, if you want to add some effects, we have all of these different effects. So let's add modern. Let's go for some reverb, and let's go for some transients. Now, if you go back to the mixer, you can see now on each of the slots, we have those different effects. So if I play this, I'm just going to bring the volume down ever so slightly. And I need to select a mic, that would help. So straight away, created a really nice instrument. Just could sound really cinematic. Now this is the same setup for all of the Audio Brewers instruments, or the ones I've been lucky enough to review. You have the Titan slider here as well. So if I move that over, I keep turning that mic off. Okay. And then you can solo it and mute it as well. Now, the effects, you get plenty to choose from. So different filters, dynamic processors, distortions, delay, and reverb. So plenty to play around with. And then you have the sequencer. Well, I've just put that on the transients, thinking about it. And if you go to modulation, this again is very, very similar to other Audio Brewer instruments. You got 4 slots, and you can decide what you want to modulate. So let's say you want to change pitch. Just doing the offset there. I've put it onto global. Okay, let's go to gate. And So it's one of those moments where I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? Let's try an arpeggiator. There we go. Yeah, so as I've got the delay effects still on there, let's just go to the mixer and disable those. So you just turn the effects off. And now I've got the arpeggiator. Okay, so you can just play around with the different modulation, change the direction of the arpeggiator, how many steps, and the rhythmic denomination, and of course it tempo syncs as well. So that's the arpeggiator. So that's simply an overview of the instrument, and yeah, really straightforward to use. The articulations are all on key switches. I forgot to mention that. Now, if we look at the layered version of the instrument, so it's going to load up animation time. Now the difference here is all the articulations are assigned to different layers. So you can go onto these layers and individually affect them. You can change the alignment and change the mixes of them and disable each layer. So if we've got all of them active, and you can just start messing around and playing around. Okay, and again, add some effects. I'm just using the defaults here as well. Let's go tape. Always a little bit of tape. And we'll finish off with a convolution reverb. See what that sounds like. Okay, so I'm not tweaking anything, it's just going through like the standard presets. Now, this is the cool thing about Audio Brewer's instruments. You'll spend ages just creating really cool sounds, and I was lucky enough to review the piano, and I love that piano. I use it on so many different things, and it just is cinematic. And the piano toy is doing exactly the same thing, going from a beautifully sampled organic instrument to a full-on sound design instrument. Now, if you want to change or move the layers to stack them up, so I can put the keys and sustain both on layer 1, and then obviously adjust the mixer. If you turn plucked off, so we've got that sort of felt and muted going on. So it's another way of controlling the instrument. So at this point, I feel the need to remind that this is €29 at full price. So really powerful instrument already. If you're just paying that just for a lovely piano toy, I mean, I actually don't own a piano toy or a toy piano VST. So, sorry, VI, virtual instrument. And yeah, this is really cool. Now, if you go into sound design pads, and there we go, loads it really quickly. And once again, I'm streaming off a 7,200 RPM drive due to an SSD accident, shall we say. And it is really quick. So that's great. And the sound design pads, you actually have all of these different pads going on. So at the very core, you have the keys and sustain, but you can play. Let's go for reflections. Let's go for crystal. And then humming. Sounds great. Sostenuto. It's been a long day. Let's go choirs, see what that sounds like. Sounds cool. Organic. And Hammondy. And these are sound design pads, by the way, so that's why they all sound like echoey and dreamy. And I did say I was quite far away from my controller, and I may have just moved a little bit too far away then. And the last one, Mimics. Okay, now you can stack all these together if you have stack mode enabled, and you can do it via the key switches or just select them in the GUI. And again, different modulation layers and the different different layers and the different effects are here. So if you want to further sort of play around with the sound, you can. Now if I play all these together in stack mode, and you can see the corresponding layers. So that sounds, yeah, sounds lovely. Now finally, if we go on to the presets, and there's some mod wheel based presets. So this one is breathing. And this is using the XY pad. And then coming in. So again, this is where you'd use the mod wheel. And that's controlling the reverb. That's ace. That sounds really cool. Let's go for instant silence. Okay, so it's controlling the low pass this time. That sounds brilliant. Rick's spaceship. What's Rick doing? Okay, that's what Rick is doing. Yeah, that's just crazy. Absolutely love it. And then through the... Let's see what we get. That sounds ace. So you can hear the mod wheel is controlling that pulse. I always found if you want to learn how to do these, like create your own sort of sound design in these instruments, if you look through how the effects are being used, there's no effects going on. It's all down to the volume LFO, and that's creating that oscillation. So I've changed the shape. Oops. Get some cool down there now. Superb. So if we're going from a really simple toy piano, which again has been amazingly sampled, that sounds absolutely gorgeous. Let's go bring that back up, and then you're going to just having the ability just to manipulate it and change it, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing that Audio Brewers are doing is they're giving away a free version, which is called the Mini. So if you go onto their website, you can get more details about that. And, you know, it's free, so you can't really argue with that. And you get, obviously, the beautiful toy piano. And in the blue, that's the range you'd expect to see. And then, obviously, it moves across all the other octaves. And then you simply have the effects. So you don't get the mixer or the different perspectives. But, like I say, you get a free, lovely toy piano. So let's add some reverb. And you can play around with different modulation as well. So I've got the pitch working there, but yeah, super duper impressed. Absolutely brilliant. My final thoughts about the piano toy from Audio Brewers. Well, first of all, I actually didn't have a toy piano in my composing repertoire, and I wish I had now. Because this just sounds absolutely gorgeous, and the sound design, the fact you have different mic perspectives and what you can do to this instrument is just absolutely great. It's a small instrument, but it packs a mighty punch, so I am really, really impressed. Now I'm going to experiment with it and play with it lots more. I'm a huge John Cage fan, so yeah, just going to see what I can get out of it, but really, really impressed. But as with all Audio Brewers instruments, it starts off with perfect sampling, and then the programming happens, and that sounds awesome as well. So highly recommended. It's €29, and there's also a free version, and the free version, yeah, you get the beautiful sounds, you get all the effects, and you can create some awesome sounds. Thank you so much for checking out this first look of Piano Toy by the Audio Brewers. Been an absolute pleasure. If you like what you heard, feel free to put a like on the video or leave us a comment and let us know, what do you think about this instrument? How would you use it, and what would you use it for? Once you've done that, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and then check out our other videos, and head out to samblibraryreview.com to check out everything that's going on in the world of virtual instruments. Until next time, have a great day, and I'm sure we'll meet again soon.